In the previous video, we talked a little bit about some of the pools of talent from either you can pull from a vendor, you can pull from consultant, you can pull from your internal employees. But what we really want to do is define what resources we actually need. The project charter is a great tool to do that. You bring in your project sponsor, some of the folks that have been involved in helping to define the business case for the IT project, and the project charter really starts to move the ball down the field into defining the project and the resources that you need. So here on the screen you can see we have a typical project charter. Sometimes it can be a 3-pager or sometimes it can be 30 pages depending on how complex the project is. But in a project charter, at a high level, you really want to just define the project background, the overview, milestones, and so forth. Kind of define the project in a bit more detail, some of the goals, objectives, the vision. You then start to break down the project, at least at a high level, into some of the key phases, the key goals and objectives of the project. In defining the project organization, this is a critical part that the project charter will help to define, is what are the right team members. So if I click on the project charter here, the project organization, the first thing you want to do is define your work teams. You just want to break it down of who are all the teams that are involved, who's the project sponsor, who's the DRB members, and what are the teams that are involved in developing and implementing this project. From that, you then want to roll into who are the key roles, what are the key roles, and what are their responsibilities. It's all really high level. You don't have to make a career out of it. It's just a quick high level roles, responsibilities. But the thing that's really most important that we include when we pull together a project charter, we also define the FTE, the full-time equivalent, how much time is needing to be dedicated to the project by that resource. That is a critical piece of information that we always include in our project charters, because it helps you to define how much you actually need. Because what oftentimes happens is you'll have either a vendor or internal employee that you thought might be able to be full-time or partially dedicated, but when you do your due diligence, it might come clear that they're not able to be fully dedicated to the project or partially, whatever's needed based on the project charter. This helps you define clearly what do you need and how much of what you need. In our third video, we're going to focus then on the requisition form and how do you really pull out the skills and the knowledge and skills that are needed from each one of these resources.